Hey guys, live right now on Instagram, live on Clubhouse. I'm making the pizza potato wrap. So I'm excited. I'm going to start making it right away. Check it out, right? This is an incredible, incredible dish. How do I know? I just had some and I was blown off my seat. This is from the new edition, medicalmedium, revised and expanded, new edition, right? And that wrap is insane. I just devoured like half of one of them, and I had to stop myself because I wanted to get back on live, right? You know, and I didn't want to all of a sudden kick back and throw my feet, you know, in the air. Bibi, akara, good to see you. And I'm going to answer some Q&A, a little bit of Q&A too. So I'm going to do a little answer some questions, but I got to get started right away. I'm getting this in the oven right now. So I got a food processor right next to me. You guys probably can't see it too easily, but just lost a potato. Got one that hit the floor. That's what happens when you're live, and that's what I like. I like things being real. That's what I like. I like things being real. That's the whole thing. And let's see. Let's get some potatoes in this food processor. That's what I'm doing, you guys. I'm making the crust, the potato crust, and we're going to do some Q&A. I like stuff being real, right? The whole like perfect studio editing, edit this line. You ever see people's YouTubes? You guys ever see people's YouTubes? They start where they're like, well, the first thing I do is I like to get, and then all of a sudden, and then I like to do this and that, and it's like, you know, everybody's YouTubes, and it's like, yeah, I like to go outside and take a walk, and then another one coming in. It's almost like, you know, it's like, whoa, I think you got some brain fog going on and you need medical medium information really bad because you can't get through like a sentence or two before it starts to all fall apart. And I want people to be on with their brain. I want them to be able to heal. But everybody's always editing everything, you know. You guys, I'm going to do some Q&A, but I'm getting this pizza crust ready right here. So that's the plan. So this is the first one right here. It's a pizza wrap. This is going to be great. Let's just get this blended up. Let's put some maple syrup up. 2 teaspoons of maple syrup in here. Let's do that. Okay. Might have been a little bit more than 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, but that's okay. Going to put a little garlic powder in there and a little bit of onion powder in there too. So, right? And a little bit of onion powder. So true. You love the raw lives. These raw lives, as raw as they get, right? So let's get this done. There we go. So I got the food processor running right now. I put 2 teaspoons of maple syrup in there, some garlic powder and onion powder. Let's get this blended up. I'm gonna make these pizza shells is what I'm doing. All right, I think we did it, right? Just give it a little bit more pulse. All right, good. Let's start doing it. Show you the technique, right? So I got my pan right here. Good to see you guys. Exciting. And I'm going to get this out. Okay. And I'm going to make these shells, these pizza shells, right? Now I'm going to put tomatoes in there later on. I'm going to bake them in the oven. But I want to get this cooking. You guys, I already ate one. It was insane. Insane. Like so good. It was crazy. And you know what's incredible? I didn't fat myself to death like everybody's doing. I didn't have to fat myself to death, man. All the fats. Kill my liver, kill my gallbladder. Fat. Eating fat. Kill it. That's what everybody's doing. You know, I didn't have to like kill my organs. Incredible. No insulin resistance from this. None whatsoever. You're worried about insulin resistance? You're not going to get any from this meal. Okay? And that's what's incredible. I didn't have to fat myself to death. And that's what's incredible about it. My pancreas isn't freaking out about a bunch of oil. Because that's what happens to everybody. You dump a bunch of oil in, your pancreas is just freaking out. That's what happens to everybody. Their pancreas is like freaking out. Their liver's freaking out, right? Just getting as much potato as I can right here. And this is what potatoes. Doesn't happen with this meal. So good. Get this ready. I'm going to make this shell. So I'm going to just use a little, I'm going to take a wet spatula and kind of press this down. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. There's a couple of hunky pieces in there, but that's just the way it's going to have to be. I'm going to mash them a little bit. That's what I'm going to do. So, but this is an incredible dish, and I want to get these in the oven, and then I'm going to do Q&A, answer questions for you guys. I want to be as helpful as I can today. So that's for sure. Be as helpful as I can. So I know a lot of you guys are suffering and struggling, and you have so many different symptoms. You guys got vertigo, balance and dizziness, depression, anxiety, eczema, psoriasis, right? You guys got all that going on. You got the eczema, psoriasis going on, right? You got the endometriosis. I know a lot of you guys have endometriosis and really difficult menstruations. So we're almost done here getting this one rolled out a little bit. You take a wet spatula, that's how you do it. This recipe is in the Medical Medium, new edition right here. Okay, that's the one I'm making right there. See? Such a great recipe. Yeah, I'm just shaping it a little bit too. Right here. It's going to talk about also plant-based versus animal-based, a little bit of that as well. Everybody's either plant-based, vegan, or animal-based, or they're just wafting back and forth, right? They're doing that. That's something to talk about. So that's one right there. That's ready. Let's get another one ready. Getting the food processor going. There we go. Get some more potatoes in here. Good to see you guys. I'm making a pizza, right? Without cheese, without bovine cheese, without plant-based cheese, right? Vegan cheese. You know, people don't understand when they do the vegan cheese, their body still sees it as cheese. You seem fine to me, Chris. He said, yep, it's medicine to the liver. Pray W. Your body identifies all that gummy vegan cheese as cheese. I mean, it's just is hard on the body. That fat, all that fat is just as hard, right? We're going to get a little more potato in this. So your body still goes under a serious, like, you go insulin resistance. Everybody has it. Everybody's got insulin resistance, just so you know. Everybody's got it. I'm just saying. If you're doing your fats, you got it. And no one knows how to take breaks from that. No one knows how to chill back on that, right? So why does it matter? Well, in order to get toxic heavy metals out and heal, in order to get pathogens to die so they can be cleaned out of your body so you get rid of all your symptoms, like the viruses and the bacteria, you can't have fat in your blood 24/7. And that's what people have, you guys. It's fat inside their blood 24/7. Let's put a little garlic powder in here. We got to get this in the oven soon. And a little onion powder, right? Doing that. Let's put a lid on this and blend this up. Is it okay to add apple and pineapple to celery juice? It's not. If you want the celery juice to work for you and you want to heal, it's not okay. Not okay at all. What happens if you add anything to your celery juice, you diluted the sodium cluster salts and now you can't heal. Like, it's still good for you. If you want to mix celery juice with something, it's still good for you. But it's not going to be the herbal medicine that you want, like the real herbal medicine that you guys want. That's not going to be there. Celery is herbal medicine, is what it is. That's what celery is. It's herbal medicine. And if you use it right and you juice it, now you created herbal medicine. That's what you did. And I'm just going to move this around a little bit so it blends up good, you guys. But if you add something to your celery juice, like ice cubes, water, apples, pineapple, whatever it is you want to add to your celery juice, it's not going to have that healing power. It's going to be good for you. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be good for you. But it's not going to be that healing power. You know? That's not going to be there. How to gain weight on this diet? Gotta get enough calories, number one. But steamed potatoes. Steamed potatoes can get you to lose weight. And when you're underweight, steamed potatoes can get you to bring up weight. But what are you talking about by bring up weight? Are you talking about getting fat? Like, are you talking about getting, like, more weight through fat on your body? Are you talking about, like, are you talking about muscle? Muscle weight is different, right? And the only way to build muscle is it takes mineral salts and glucose. So this is a perfect dish right here. An incredible dish for building muscle. Is that the kind of weight you're talking about? Because that's the confusion out there. I've seen this for years, where people want someone to build, like, to gain weight. Sick people, if they're too thin, right? Because they're losing their muscle, because they're sick. Doesn't matter if they're sick, whatever, they're just sick, right? And they're losing whatever they got. And they're losing their muscle, okay? Sick people usually get picked on. And then I've seen people, like, then all of a sudden get prescribed by their families and their doctors to just eat lots of butter and eggs and cheese and grilled cheese sandwiches, you know? Like grilled cheese sandwiches, butter, eggs, cheese, the whole bit, right? And that's what's pushed on them, is all the cheese sticks and the butter and the different cheese and the cheddar cheese and the grilled cheese sandwiches, you know, whether it's animal or plant, whether it's plant-based cheese, right? Vegan cheese. But the point is hey, you need to gain weight, get all this fat and all this stuff in you. But realize what they don't understand is that's not going to get their muscles back. You're just going to make them fatter, or you're trying to make them fatter. You're trying to put fat on their body when that's not going to help them heal. That doesn't make any sense. So many mistakes in the healing world of alternative medicine and conventional medicine. So many mistakes. It's so sad. So many people have suffered because of misinformation. People don't know how to heal. In order to build up muscle, you got to use your muscles. But your muscle tissue needs glucose to build muscle. You guys, glucose, okay? And try not to get fooled if you see some dude and he's working out and he's at the gym every day and he's got abs and you think he's got all the answers. Well, wait a minute, he's not sick. He's not sick. And you take a woman who's really sick and they got fatigue and so many complications with their immune system, and it's an entirely different situation, and no one realizes the difference right there, right? Or take a dude that's sick and he can't get in a gym, he can't work out, he's too sick to work out, he's got severe brain fog, he's got fatigue, he can't function, right? Take a dude that can't function and he's got fatigue and brain fog. Okay? And you know, he can't build muscle. He's too sick. He's skinny. Everybody's saying, put on some weight, put on some weight. His friends are saying, put on some muscle, right? Well, no one realizes it. The dude is sick. No one gets it. But yeah, the dude is sick. So that's how that works. And if you want to build muscle, you're underweight and you're a skinny dude, or somebody you're a woman that's, you know, someone's saying, "Oh, you got to get some weight on you. You're too thin." Well, I got to understand their condition first. What's wrong? Like, what's really going on? What's their condition? Guys, I'm making these pizza crusts out of potato. There's no oil in here. There's no fat in here. Okay? No insulin resistance. Did you know Every last one of you guys has insulin resistance if you're doing all the fat. Keep getting kicked off. Yeah, I know it's always like that here. Health with Liz, good to see you. Yeah. And then, then there's people who are naturally thin. They get picked on too. They're naturally thin, meaning they're petite. They have small bones, right? And so no one understands like what's going on with them. So then they'll get picked on too, right? It's a whole nother problem. So really, or you'll see people that look buff, but really they got a layer of fat over their muscles. No one realizes that. They're swollen. They're swollen. Because in the end, they're not that healthy. That's why everybody gets sick. Is this recipe posted somewhere? Omega, I just saw you say that. It's a Medical Medium, new edition, right here, revised and expanded. An incredible book, an incredible recipe, right there. So, all right, so I'm actually making this pizza crust right now. There it is. That's going in the oven, both of these. I'm going to get these in there now, 400 degrees. Just bear with me, you guys. There we go. One's big, one's small, but I'm pumped. I'm excited. Chop up some other stuff pretty soon, too. Menstrual cramps. Let's talk about that a little bit. I want to do some Q&A stuff and help you guys out as much as possible. Okay? So, the whole thing with women and menstrual cramps being really bad, okay? A lot of women have the endometriosis. They might even have the fibroids too. They'll have the PID too, pelvic inflammatory disease. Maybe they get a lot of UTIs on top of it. That makes life a little harder too. And with menstrual cramps being so bad, that's the uterus trying to cleanse. So that's a big part of that. So the uterus is trying to shed the lining because there's a lot of toxins going on. So the more the cramping, the more difficult the period is, the more the uterus is trying to shed the pathogens, right? So that's what's happening there all on its own. You guys are just checking this out? Okay. My oven just made a noise. I want to make sure everything's okay in there. So Epstein-Barr. So what women have, they're dealing with Epstein-Barr. PCOS, Epstein-Barr. Endometriosis, Epstein-Barr. Fibroids, Epstein-Barr. PID, Streptococcus, right? And Marissa says, my periods improved so much with medical medium protocols. It's incredible. And so we're live on Clubhouse. We're live on IG, you guys. So we're live both places right now. If you get kicked off of Instagram, you can go to Clubhouse if you want, if that's an option for you. So the reason why these periods for women are so difficult and they struggle and there's so much pain, right? I'm not live on TikTok, you guys. I've been banned on TikTok. Temporarily banned is what it seems. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Women are dealing with a lot of low-grade viral infections. So the uterus has to shed, especially toxic heavy metals too. So if a woman's high in toxic heavy metals, periods are going to be really difficult. Or if a woman is high in low-grade viral infections or streptococcus even, the uterus is going to want to push all that out. It's going to constantly it's going to have the urge to cleanse, to push it out. Difficult periods, sometimes heavier bleeding, lots of cramps, right? So it's about getting these pathogens under control, getting the metals out, and it's a big part of healing, okay? Marissa says, no longer suffer migraines during my periods. That's incredible. That's a big one all on its own, right? See, when a woman has her cycle, I've suffered. Let's see. Kimberly 90 says I've suffered with cramps forever. Slowly getting better with your information. Incredible. Incredible. The migraines are because there's this other issue, right? So the migraines are this other issue, and got to keep in mind how things work. So with the migraines, you guys. So. Anyway, when you're dealing with migraines, you're dealing with cranial nerves that are all inflamed. So that's something that happens right there. Viral issues like the shingles and Epstein-Barr can create migraines. Okay, the trigeminal nerve, that's a big part of it. Phrenic nerves can cause migraines to some degree. You get the migraines on the back of the head right here, right? Migraines on the back of the head get migraines here. That's the good old cranial nerves and trigeminal nerves. So even on the back of the head, you'll get those migraines. So when you have all these, this is inflammation of all the nerves. So your nerves are inflamed. And what happens is women, their immune systems drop when they have their cycle. So their immune systems drop. 80% of your immune system goes to your reproductive system when you're having a cycle. And when that happens, whatever's ailing you, like low-grade viral infections like shingles, affecting your trigeminal nerve and giving you back of the head headaches or top of the head headaches with Epstein-Barr, or whatever you got going on, they get worse. So that's why women deal with their headaches. Another thing too is chronic sinusitis, right? So another thing women deal with all the time is chronic sinusitis, chronic headaches from that. And so when their cycle comes on, their chronic sinusitis gets worse, and that's streptococcus, because a woman's immune system drops by 80%. It goes to the reproductive system. That's why really important to know. Suffered from cramps, me like a phoenix, has suffered from cramps for years, none anymore. Even shed quite big tissue on the 9th day of one of my 369 cleanses. Feel great since. Incredible. That's amazing. That really is. And so, but all this information is so powerful when you have this information. You're able to heal. Breezy Bree, good to see you. Breezy Bree 123. Yeah, and you guys are coming on. It's great to see you guys. So let's talk about some other stuff too. I want to answer questions. I want to be helpful. Just gotta put I checked the oven. I gotta check the oven, you guys. Just double check. I got this on high right now. Okay. Want to make sure we're okay. Yeah. Anyway, fats play a big role in helping you heal. These are fat-free recipes. Lero says, what about women that miss periods for months? Doesn't mean you missed your period. Lucy Cohen, good to see you. You're on live tonight. It's awesome that you're here. It doesn't mean you missed your periods. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this over and over again. First of all, the law of the land is if you don't get a period, you can't get pregnant. That's conventional medicine. Okay? Right? If you don't get a period, you can't get pregnant. That's conventional medicine and alternative medicine, you guys. If you don't get a period, you can't get pregnant, right? Well, that's kind of funny because that's a head scratcher, because about 1,000 times in the last 20 years, okay, working with people and working with doctors, women who never got a period, okay, for months get pregnant. Or don't get a period, never have a period, get pregnant, right? How's that possible? Because they did have their period. They did. Their uterus is not bleeding heavily. So it's not shedding the lining heavily, not even lightly, okay? And so, but yet ovulation is still happening. Fallopian tubes are working, right? The uterus is working, and there is a cycle. You still can have a cycle, even though it doesn't seem like, you seem fine to me, you're taking notes? Even though it doesn't seem like you're having your period, you're still having a period every month. You're still having a cycle. You're still having a cycle. And you can still get pregnant. That's what happens to women all the time. They think because they're not having a cycle, they can't get pregnant. And then they get pregnant because they were having a cycle. Their doctor didn't think they were having a cycle. Then, I got PMS information in Medical Medium New Edition right here, PMS info, and all kinds of great information in this book. I mean, if you guys don't have this book, it's such a great book. I just saw Lyme disease, Amid. You said, Lyme disease, please help. I'll talk about that in a minute. Plant Power Magic said, women who are heavy have issues getting pregnant. I see it both sides. Women that are heavy and women that are not heavy. Women that are thin too. I do see it on both sides. And they're heavy. If they're heavy and they can't get pregnant, it's because of pathogens. Epstein-Barr is the big one. If they're thin and they can't get pregnant, it's the pathogens too. It's the Epstein-Barr. I see it on both sides, but it's a good point. I mean, yeah. But I see it on both sides a lot. Yeah. I saw a Lyme disease question. If you don't, you can go to the library and get the book for free. And there's a Lyme disease chapter in here. And it sounds kind of like when I say, there's a Lyme disease chapter in here, right? It's a life-saving chapter. This isn't like some book. It's a book that saved millions of people's lives around the world. And this is the new edition. You got to make sure it's a new edition. And the Lyme information here is so legendary to turning people's lives around right now at this point. Ovarian Cysts, please help. I talk about that in Cleanse to Heal. Let's see if I have a book here. I do. Talk about all the cysts. So what people have to understand about cysts is you need a bug to create a cyst. Check this out, you guys. Okay, and take the book to your doctor. Take the Cleanse to Heal book to your doctor. Take the Medical Medium book 1 to your Lyme doctor. Take the books to your doctor. I mean, you can totally do that. Sarah says, I've totally healed from everything PMS related with Medical Medium information. Hugs back. Incredible. So, Medical Medium information isn't just like, oh, read that chapter in the book. The Lyme chapter has saved so many lives. It's every single line of that chapter is profound, and it's not because I'm saying it because it's my book. It's coming from Spirit of Compassion. It's not coming from me, you know? I mean, I'm not a smart enough guy to write 7 medical textbooks where millions have healed already, right? Why do you think I keep on producing this information that's unbelievable, like the blood draw information? No one caught that. No one caught that. And if they said they did, they got it from me as we go along because I've been talking about it for years, but nobody caught that you can literally get bloodlet constantly while you're sick and lose your life. And like, where does this information come from? It's either I'm a genius, as some doctors say, or it's coming from above. Well, I'm not a genius, that's for sure. And it's coming from above since age 4, you know? I mean, I remember age 8 years old, Spirit of Compassion saying to me, you gotta tell people along the way about the blood. You know, they're just taking too much blood from people and it's gonna keep people sick and even kill some. Samantha says, Sibo and Leaky Gut, please. Samantha, definitely. Talk about that a little bit. So talk about Sibo. So Sibo is just the new term, the second new term for the Candida fear, right? The Candida trend. So back in the 80s, you guys, millions of women, 20 years old, 22 years old, 25 years, 28 years old, sick with fatigue and brain fog, went to their doctors and couldn't get answers, right? Galvin says, my integrative GP does support you. Incredible. I'm honored. That's great. That's so amazing, actually. So back there in the 80s, women your age, you guys, women your age now, back then, they're now an older generation now, but back then they were 20, 30 years old, and back in 1985, 86, 1987, 1982, 1989, and they were all told they had Candida because nobody knew what was wrong with anybody, right? So they all had Candida. And that wasn't the truth, though. Okay, I told you, was telling everybody on YouTube and Clubhouse and Facebook that we live in the Matrix. We live in the health matrix world. That's really what it is. Misinformation nonstop, decade after decade, and no one has the truth. And what, we just go on? And then everybody kind of hits a home run once in a while because they're taking away gluten and processed foods on a keto diet, or a plant-based diet is adding in more fruit for once and all medical medium stuff. But the point is either whether you're plant-based or animal protein, that's not the point. But the point is that everybody blamed everything on Candida back then. Lembaum Love says, my doctor put me on to the medical medium. Incredible. So then, just recently, it came out of the Candida trend into the Sibo trend, which is the more glorified new version of why everybody's sick. So you got Sibo, you got small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. But they still don't even know what bacteria is or anything, right, you guys? They still don't even know what bacteria is. But they just know that there's some kind of elevation of bacteria, so that's the new thing. Well, that's why you're sick. That's why you're sick. It's not why anybody's sick, but that's what everybody's told, right? That's why you're sick. I got to check the oven. Got a little bit longer to go. And so everybody's told that's why you're sick. And then now it's the whole, it's all in your gut, it's your microbiome. That's the newer version now, right? The even newer version. It goes back to the same thing. Like leaky gut leaky gut's always involved in all of these. Got candida, and then you got leaky gut. You got Sibo, then you got leaky gut. You got microbiome issues, leaky gut, right? And that's what we're told. It's like leaky gut, leaky gut. So anyway, which I talk about leaky gut in here. If you guys want to know, it's a new edition, right? Get it free at the library if you don't want to get it on Amazon. The point is that we had this candida thing. We moved into Sibo all the time. Also, talk about leaky gut. We moved now into microbiome, right? Gut microorganisms. So now we're in this whole realm of nobody still knows why anybody's sick, but we're still talking about these things, right? So what is Sibo? Sibo is really just an elevation of streptococcus. That's important to know. But it doesn't mean your symptoms are that strep either. Low hydrochloric acid is really a big one for everybody where they have gut problems. You'll have more Sibo, you'll have more gut problems if your HCl is rock bottom. And that's what happens. Everybody's walking around with rock bottom HCl. So I'm going to pull this stomach out right here. Right? So, okay, inside the stomach, which is your stomach, okay? Inside the stomach, Q&A, you guys, if you just came on, Heal with Amber, good to see you. Inside the stomach are stomach glands. Those stomach glands produce your gastric juice. That's your HCl, okay? When these stomach glands start burning out, your HCl can't protect you anymore. Your HCl, just so you guys know on Clubhouse, just so you guys know here on IG, your hydrochloric acid, which is a special 7 blend, which I talk about in the new edition, your hydrochloric acid kills pathogens. So that's what keeps your bacteria, your bad bacterial levels under control. That's a big part of what keeps it, see? It's not your immune system that keeps Streptococcus, E. coli, C. diff, and staph under control in your gut. No. It's your hydrochloric acid. It's the bug killer. Everybody's HCl is weak. But your HCl that's produced in your stomach glands, your gastric juices, is your bug killer. So just so you know, you guys. And when everybody's HCl is weak, because everybody's HCl is weak, all their HCl is weak, it's burnt out because they're fatting themselves to death, right? So that's what's happening. And they're not just fatting themselves to death with this here. They're not just fatting themselves to death with the hot dog and the double cheeseburger and the chicken fingers, or what is that? Buffalo chicken wings? Got some buffalo chicken wings? Would you like some buffalo chicken wings? So anyway, the point is that understand this is we have this historic nature, the human nature is to eat as much fat as we can, right? And we end up just clobbering our liver. When we clobber our liver and all that fat builds up on the duodenum lining and the small intestinal lining, all that fat builds up, it goes rancid and hardens, right? Your HCl weakens. Your stomach glands weaken. Your liver gets stressed out from all that fat, and your stomach glands weaken. And when your stomach glands weaken, it can't produce the proper HCl levels, right? Yeah, you drink celery juice to get your HCl back. Info. And the whole point is when you bring back your stomach glands, now you've got one of your natural bug killers back, right? C. diff, Streptococcus, E. coli, staph, any other type of bad bacteria can't thrive because your HCl kills it. It kills it. Hydrochloric acid just doesn't sit in your stomach. It goes down into your small intestinal tract. It covers the whole part of that small intestinal tract. And you know what Sibo is? Sibo is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, right? Well, what is that bacteria? It's in your small intestinal tract, right? Well, that means that your HCl is burnt. It's burnt. It's burnt, baby. It's gone. You got a Sibo diagnosis, or you're heading there, or you're somebody without a Sibo diagnosis, your HCl is toasted, man. It's toasted. So that's what happens. It's toasted in the stomach. It's not being produced. And that's your natural killer. So you know what happens? And you're on the road to all these different like alternative healers and practitioners and doctors. And they're giving you all these powders and gut health products and all these things because you're trying to stop, like kill off candida. They're trying to do all this other stuff, kill off parasites, right? But nobody's restoring your HCl in your stomach. So you can't get your natural bug killer back. And then it'll get blamed on leaky gut when that's not true. If you had leaky gut, you'd be in the hospital with 105 temperature with sepsis and dying if you had leaky gut. But what people have is ammonia produced by all that putrefied protein and fat, that rancid fat, putrefied protein. It gets all in the linings of the gut. And then that right there becomes the ammonia. And you get the ammonia permeability, which is the real leaky gut, not the fake leaky gut everybody talks about, right? It's all in book 1. I was just showing you guys a new edition, Medical Medium New Edition, revised and expanded. So, you guys are thinking, you don't eat that anymore. You guys eat this. You guys are thinking, well, that's not me. Medical Medium's wrong. I don't eat double cheeseburgers anymore. I don't eat chicken fingers and chicken wings, right? Yeah, Janet, yeah. I know, yeah. If anybody's saying long-term symptoms of COVID is due to Epstein-Barr virus, that's medical medium information, just so you know. Published medical medium information. And I actually said that information back a year and a half ago. So, or a year right when it started, a year and a couple months ago, whatever. So that's medical medium information somebody's using, just so you know. That's not that person's information, just letting you know, okay? So that's how annoying that is. But I published it first, so it's medical medium info. Anyway, you guys think, hey, I don't use those double cheeseburgers. I don't do that. I don't do whatever. I do my salmon. I do my protein burger without the bun. I do my chicken without the skin. I'll do my eggs. And what you got to realize is that right there, all that fat, right, still goes rancid, still stresses out your liver, and then your stomach glands go bad. And when your stomach glands go bad, you can't produce HCl. Can't produce HCl. NK, I know. I actually should say something about it. I think I'm going to have to, because it's medical medium published information. Yeah. Long-term effects of the plague, is Epstein-Barr, and yeah, that's info. Yeah. It's totally shady that people will take that and should try to run with that. It's so shady, I know. But anyway, you guys, that's how it works with your stomach, glands, and the whole bit. All right, gonna check something. These are just about done, probably pretty close to being done. I got some pizza shells. Basically, cooking in there. The details matter, Ichoda says. The details matter so people can actually heal. If they don't cite medical medium, they aren't getting all the details. So infuriating. I know. So a podcast doctor will take medical medium information, never cite it, right? Try to steal it, to make them look like they know something. It comes from medical medium, and then they don't cite it, and then people go, okay, well, that's interesting, but how do we heal Epstein-Barr to get better? How do we heal Epstein-Barr? And then, but we'll probably actually just steal medical medium Epstein-Barr info, more of it, and try to give tidbits out so people get a little bit of a result, and it makes them look like a king because they got 2 people better instead of 1 million people better, like medical medium information. It's sad, because it's about getting people better. It's not about, like, robbing and stealing. Yeah. So you guys, so the whole point is that keeping your fats low is critical. When you keep your fats low, you lose the insulin resistance, you lose that, and your stomach glands get stronger. They produce more gastric acid, more HCl, and then you lose that candida diagnosis, you lose that Sibo diagnosis, you lose that gut problem diagnosis, you lose that diagnosis, and you end up in a place where you're like, wait, why am I healing? Why is my digestive system getting so strong? The thing is, if you can't keep your fats down, then keep them away in the morning. Do like the medical medium morning cleanse, right? So you can do like the medical medium morning cleanse, keep your fats away from the morning, but when you do your celery juice, you're restoring your stomach glands. That's the key right there. So when you're doing your celery juice, you're restoring your stomach glands. I'm going to take the stomach out of the patient over there. And so when you're doing your celery juice, you're bringing back your stomach glands. The stomach glands that are in the lining of the stomach, you bring those back. And that's one way you can keep away from having to go to your doctor all the time and get away from your candida diagnoses and overcome them, overcome your Sibo diagnoses, overcome your gut health problems, right? Bringing that celery juice in or keeping the fats down in the morning. And these are great ways to do it. Medical Medium Morning Cleanse can help you get that strength back. So talking about animal versus plant-based. Let's go there for a couple minutes, you guys. But first, I want to get the pizza crust out of the oven. Let's go. I'm going to put that stomach down. We're moving. See what we got here. Hopefully this works out. Right. So what we have here, okay, and I'm going to slip this right off. Nice. Worked out really good. So what we have here is, you guys see this? I got one large pizza crust right here. I'm going to let it cool down for a little bit. And I have a smaller pizza crust right here. These are potato pizza crusts, okay? They have to cool. It's a potato wrap, and I'm going to put a whole bunch of stuff in there. So I'm going to cut a little bit of stuff right here, get things ready. Cut some tomato. It's a nice tomato right here. You guys can see this? This is a recipe from book 1, new edition. So I'm just slicing some tomato, slicing them thin because they're eventually going to go on top of here. So I'm going to do a little tomato slicing right here, you guys. This recipe is so incredible. I hope you guys try it someday. Yeah. So we got some tomato going for here. Let's do some cucumber right now. You guys, I have the plague info, pandemic info in the new edition, the new book. I know you guys constantly ask about it. I'm just cutting some cucumber slices right here, doing thin slices. So I get information on the pandemic in here, how it works, what happens with Epstein-Barr, the whole bit. Because that's what I said. I remember when it first came out and I was doing lives, I was telling everybody how it was going to knock down their immune system so that their Epstein-Barrs will kick up a notch. So that's really, really powerful information. Doing some cucumber slices. Let's go back to that. So hey, look, you guys, doing a little Q&A today on everything. The recipe's in the book, the new edition right there. All right, there we go. And got some onion right here too. Gonna slice some onion while this is cooling down. Do some thin onion slices. Right there, getting it ready. Might do some thinner cucumber slices. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go real thin right here. So you guys, we're talking about animal-based versus plant-based. I've heard it over and over again. It's been a war forever. If you go vegan or plant-based, it gets the animal-based people upset, right? The diet belief systems are at war. By the way, just so you know, I comment about the podcast doctor plagiarizing medical medium information and using it, right? Just so you know, same podcast doctor plagiarized the whole plant versus animal base, how the food wars, they even use the term. It's like they're reading the medical medium books. They can't get the information. They can't get new information anywhere else. So they have to actually use medical medium information. They think it's fair use, like it's already out there when it's not. It's actually originates from medical medium. So the plant-based versus animal-based, the food wars, right? The food wars, there's a lot of confusion where people don't realize that everybody gets sick. So if you're plant-based, you're still going to get sick down the road. if you're animal-based, you're still going to get sick down the road, right? I don't care how great your diet is. I've seen guys with like doing their workouts, building muscle, plant-based or animal protein-based. I've seen them on both sides have heart attacks, strokes, blood clots, get sick with fatigue, can't work out anymore. Nobody knows why they can't, right? And I've seen people like live this life where it's plant-based. They're on their high-fat plant-based diet for like 3-4 years. They're on YouTube or whatever. They got their little lifestyle channel going, and they're in the dental chair all the time. They're keeping it quiet. Don't want people really to know too much. They're still getting sick. They're still having acne. They're still having problems. It's like you can be animal protein or plant-based and still get sick. And the whole point is about making sure we have answers for both sides. That's what we want. We want answers for both sides, whether you're plant-based or you're animal-based. We want answers for that animal protein person and for that plant-based person. It's critical. I'm letting this cool. I'm making a great recipe. Checking it out. Yeah, it's cooling down. Give it a little bit more time. Yeah. So when it comes down to being animal-based or plant-based, here's some of the big mistakes that happen. Both sides eat too much fat. Now, the plant-based person won't eat animal fat, at least while they're plant-based for that moment, right? But they'll still eat the avocados, the coconut, the nuts and seeds, the coconut oils, to do tablespoons of coconut oil, to nut butters, right? Healthy fats, right? Because that's the argument. The plant-based people are like, these are healthy fats. These are animal fats, right? That's what the plant-based people argue. My avocado is a healthy fat, And then the animal protein people will put their avocado on their egg, right? They'll have a fried egg, they'll have some scrambled eggs on some gluten-free toast or some scrambled eggs with some vegetables, and then they'll put then they'll put like the avocado on top of their scrambled eggs, right, you guys? So they'll do that. And the animal protein person is doing nut butters, avocado oils, seeds, nuts, right? And animal protein, chicken, meat, they'll do some fish. Plant-based person will just do lots of nut butters, oils, coconut, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, and all that other stuff. They'll just do all that. But either way, both sides are fatting themselves to death. So it's like they fat themselves to death, and that's what they do. And it catches up to both sides, no matter what. And then both sides don't know it, but the reason why they were sick before, even if they got a little better cleaning things up, or they get sick again, they don't know it's because of pathogens. They don't know it's because they got the Epstein-Barr in their system, the cytomegalovirus in their system, the shingles, the simplex 1. They don't know. They think the fever blister they have once in a blue moon is just out for the moment and then gone after that, Marlene says we all need to eat something. All should be done with balance. So, look, the whole balance talk is a funny one, because what is balance, right? So what is it? What the whole thing is, how does it work with balance, and what is balance? But yeah. Hey. Oh! Hey! Yeah, no, I'm eating in balance. Yeah. I'm having... yeah. Well, I've already eaten about 10 full pigs in my lifetime. I'm only 20. Yeah, I'm 24 years old, but I had bacon every weekend and every other morning. Isn't that balance? I've had 10 complete full pigs. I've eaten 10 pigs already. Wait a minute, I've eaten 50 pigs? So I've eaten 50 pigs. Isn't that balanced? It's not balanced? I want to know. Yeah, I'm eating balanced. I'm having chicken. I have chicken every day. Yeah. I've already eaten 2,000 chickens. I'm 28 years old. I've already eaten 2,000 chickens in my life. Is that balance? Yeah, chicken. Yeah. I've eaten 2,000 chickens. Your chicken feather going into my pizza crust. Yeah. I've already eaten 2,000 chickens and I'm 28 years old. But it's all about balance. Yeah, isn't that smart? Real smart. It's all about balance. Yeah. I've eaten about 500 chocolate bars just last year. Is that balance? Well, I've eaten about... Do you ever feed a pig chocolate? Do you want some? Do you want some? My trained pig won't eat chocolate. My trained pig knows that chocolate's not a good thing. See? He won't eat any chocolate. See? He's a good pig. Yeah. Balance is I had about 10,000 chocolate bars in the last 7 years. Is that balanced? Oh, 10,000 cups of coffee in the last 300. I had 500 cups of coffee just in 6 months. Yeah. I do 3 cups of coffee a day. Is that balanced? I do 1 cup of coffee a day. Is that even balanced? What is that, 20,000 cups in the next 10 years? Yeah. It's all about balance. Someone was just telling me balance is good, so I'm working on the balanced diet. I think the balanced diet's a great idea. I had bacon 3 times this week. That's a good thing, right? Bacon 3 times this week. That's a good balanced diet. Yeah. No, we don't. I don't eat my pet pig. No. I have other bacon. We're not going to eat the pet pig. Nope. I don't know. I have like a half a chocolate bar a day. Is that balanced? Hey, you know what's funny? I had a hot dog, but it was an organic grass-fed hot dog. Yep. How many did I eat when I was a kid? I don't know. I ate hundreds of hot dogs when I was a kid. Yeah. My mom used to make me hot dogs. We ate hundreds of hot dogs. Is it balanced? I don't know. It's balanced. You just got to keep it balanced. Yeah. I had a lot of bread. It's balanced. Just have it once in a while. A little bit of gluten's no problem. Okay. All right. I got it. Just keep it balanced, you know? Yep. Yeah. It's balanced. I told you it's balanced. I have pizza on Friday night. I have chocolate bars all through the week. And I have bacon when I'm out with my friends after getting shit-faced drunk. And I'm in the diner. We have bacon together and coffee to try to get sober. It's balanced. And I drink coffee daily. All right. Yeah, I think I proved the balance thing. Let me just put this pizza down. All right. Yeah, you know what's balanced? I went to this one restaurant, and they put a fried egg on my pizza. I couldn't believe it. I saw it on the menu. You can get a pizza with a fried egg put on top. You want some? Do you guys want some? All right. Yeah, it's balanced. Okay, you can sit over here. All right, I gotta go. All right, we have a problem here. I have to go. You guys, I think this is getting cool. Balance doesn't keep you from getting sick, and balance is not going to save anyone's life. Balance is going to screw you over so bad when you get sick. It's also going to get you sick. Balance is going to make sure your ass gets sick down the road. That's what balance is going to do. Balance is going to make sure your ass is sick. Balance is going to totally jake you over. Like that relationship problem where that person jaked you over. Well, balance is like that person. Do you ever get screwed over by somebody? A friendship, right? Or relationship? Well, that's balanced. You should name that person balanced. Every dude, every girl, whoever that, like friend or career friend or business partner or whoever it was that was a person that screwed you over in your life, you should name that person balanced. That's what you should name. Anyway, you only get like 80,000 meals, give or take, in a lifetime. That's the average anyway. So do you want to balance those 80,000 meals and shorten your life with balance? Or do you want to like do what's right to make sure you can kind of get better? All right, let's put this together here. I'm going to actually put some, look at this lettuce, you guys, right? Okay? Put this lettuce. Oh, that's right, though. You had some lettuce, so it's balanced. Okay? You had everything else. You had the chocolate bars, you had the caffeine, you had the coffee, you had the pizza, you had the vegan pizza, you had the bacon once in a while, you had the eggs, but you had some lettuce too. You balanced it. Good job. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to pop this lettuce on here. I don't pop this lettuce on here. What am I going to do? Right? And this is actually really awesome right here. Put some more lettuce. I mean, seriously? Let's get some tomato on here, you guys. Balance isn't going to get your pathogens out, your toxic heavy metals, your hydrochloric acid built back up. Balance isn't going to get you better. Balance isn't going to save your pancreas. Balance isn't going to save your kidneys. Balance isn't going to stop your UTIs. Balance isn't going to do shit. It's not when you're sick. It's not, you know? It's not going to do it. Guys, let's get some cucumber slices on here too. Balance isn't going to be enough. You know? You guys, that's how it works. You guys like this? Does it look good? Holistic Healing says, just ate 3 bags of Cheetos and smoked a pack of cigarettes, but I had a couple of strawberries, so unbalanced. That was really good. That was really good. Yeah. This is all balanced, man. Exactly. Right? It's all right. You know, you can... If you got to go to the doctor and keep on getting antibiotics because your UTIs keep on acting up, you know, it's like, just balance it, right? You can just balance it. No, we want to be better. We want to get better than that. I'm going to put some of this on top of here, you guys. This is coming together good. I'm going to put some basil on here. I got sprout. Guys, see the sprouts on here? Right? Balance according to who, by the way? Like, according to who? You mean to tell me everybody knows the best balance? All right. Solution? Oh my God, medical medium tools are all solutions. Solutions, just tons of solutions. And that's what medical medium's all about. Let's wrap these up. These are great. I'm going to get some parchment paper over here. So I got some parchment paper down. I'm going to roll one of these babies up right now. You guys okay with that? Right? I like to roll them up in here. It's so great. Whether you're plant-based or animal protein, you can still lower your fats. It's one of the keys to healing. It's one of the keys to healing. Is still lowering your fats, right? Okay? It's one of the keys, all right? It's a big part about it. Big part of it. So I got this one on the parchment paper. I'm going to put it in a plate. So this is it right here. You see this? You guys see that? Yeah. So that was the pizza crust, which is really a wrap, a potato wrap, right? It's radical fat free, so it's free of all fats, right? Put that there, right? And you cut this one in half. Okay? You guys see that? There? Isn't that awesome? It's so yummy. This thing is so insane. The wrap's made out of just steamed potato, and I baked it in the oven. It's incredible. That's amazing right there. I got another one to make. Did you guys see that? You can eat this and heal because you can get the pathogens out, the metals out, all the problems that actually, keep people sick. Yep. You can do your heavy metal detox smoothie to get the metals out. And then they'll come out because the fats aren't in the way, right? Big part of why people don't heal, it's they're eating so much fat. The reason why I actually say everybody fats themselves to death, because it takes them to an earlier death. It just does. If you know that one person, which is far and few now, that 98-year-old that ate what they want or said they ate what they want and everything, and they made it, they would have made it to 118 if they didn't fat themselves to death. Seriously. So anyway, important to know. So there are answers in the books. There's the protocols, the supplements, the dosages, the right kind of supplements, right? All of that in here. The answers are in the books. This is the new edition. So, there's only so much I can share each live, right? But to try to get the point across, I'm doing the best I can. You get the book free at the library if you want to get the book free at the library. You can do that, okay? So, I'm not doing the parchment paper on this one. I'm doing this as just a big wrap, like this. So, just so you guys can see what this looks like. That's the crust. You guys see the crust? No fat, no oil in there. Look at that. No insulin resistance. How incredible is that? No insulin resistance. Recipes in the Medical Medium New Edition. What kind of wrap did I use? I made it. It's in the new edition. It's incredible. It's right here. You didn't know about the book? You haven't gotten the book yet. It's Medical Medium New Edition. So good, so good. So that's it right here. I got it in front of you guys. So good. Let me put this one up here too. Incredible. So guys, we covered a lot of cool stuff. And gastroparesis, I saw a question for that. Any kind of gastroparesis, any kind of bloating, cramping, intestinal problems, cleanse to heal. I talked about mono eating and cleanse to heal, you guys, right? For that. All kinds of mono eating, ways to eat mono eating, incredible. Right? For gastroparesis, like I said, over and over again, like I said. But the true cause I talk about for all these things like gastroparesis and all that. So it looks good, doesn't it? This is looking incredible. Incredible. You guys, I'm going to eat. You guys on Clubhouse, I wish you can see this meal. It's incredible. I'm going to eat. I love you guys. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you pretty soon. Just keep a lookout. I'm going to be doing another live. And we're going to have a lot of fun too. I just wanted to make a real, serious, focused, healing, incredible meal that tastes so good that if you ate this every single day, opportunities to heal are there. Check out Medical Medium Podcast at Apple Podcasts. Check out the potato episode. These guys can learn about potato if you have nightshade fear. Okay? Check out the meditations, right? Mood meditation, brain meditation, stargazing meditation. Check out those. Athena, good to see you, Athena Marie. Just check out what you can on the podcast. It's so powerful, so much info, the blood draw podcast episode, right? Sarah says, don't go. Don't go. You guys, Lizzie Boo, good to see you. Yeah. Medical Medium Mommy, amazing. Guys are incredible. Trinity, Healing with Amber, Heal with Amber. Love you guys all. Chris, I'll see you. Michelle L, I'll see you. Okay? Lou L, Lorraine L, love you guys. Love all you guys. Love all you guys. Ichoda, incredible that you guys were here today. Truly. Do potatoes have a lot of potassium? Potassium is like an electrical component to the brain. So that's potassium's in everything. Some foods are higher in potassium. Potatoes are a little higher in potassium. That's an electrolyte. Like that's how your brain can work. Without potassium, your brain doesn't work. It's one of those electrolytes for your neurotransmitter. Your neurotransmitter chemicals can't exist without potassium. And so that's just one example right there. It's mineral salts and potassium's in that group. Glad you guys came on tonight. Chris, thank you for having me on my back. Thanks for having my back. Amazing. Love you for it, believe me. All right, you guys. I will see you on the next live. We'll have a lot of fun then, but I wanted to show you medical medium food so that you have a chance to heal. And And next time on the live, we are going to have a blast. A blast. You saw I railed it in a little bit today? I'm not against animal protein at all, and I'm not against plant-based and plant-based diets and vegan diets. I'm not against either or. You can heal on both those diets. You can heal doing animal protein. You just got to know what to do, like how to do it. That's all. And the answers exist. Love you guys. And I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you Saturday. Can't wait.